Once upon a time, in the vast and wild heart of a dense forest, a lioness prowled silently through the underbrush. Her eyes were tired, her body worn. She had not eaten or drunk water in days. Her ribs showed through her skin, and yet, with her cub by her side, she pushed on, driven by the instinct to protect and provide. She was no ordinary lioness. She was a mother. And no hunger or thirst could override the fierce determination of a mother fighting for her child's survival. Days passed, and desperation grew. The forest seemed empty, no prey, no water. Just silence and the endless whispering of leaves. But then, as the sun hung low in the sky, casting golden streaks through the trees, she caught a scent. Life. Hope. Following the trail, she came upon a large open field, where a herd of sheep grazed peacefully, unaware of the danger lurking nearby. Without hesitation, the lioness leapt from the shadows and charged. Chaos erupted. The sheep scattered, bleating in terror. In the frenzy, she captured one of the sheep and vanished back into the forest to feed herself and her cub. But in the chaos and blur of survival, something terrible happened. Something the lioness did not realize until it was too late. Her cub had been left behind. The young lion cub, confused and scared, found himself surrounded by the very sheep his mother had attacked. But instead of harming him, the sheep did something unexpected. They took him in. Perhaps they saw innocence in his eyes. Perhaps they felt pity. Or perhaps they simply believed they could raise him as their own. So the cub grew up among the sheep. He ate grass. He learned to walk gently, to stay in line, to follow the herd. To him, he was a sheep. That's what everyone around him believed. That's all he ever knew. Seasons changed. The cub became a young lion, but his mind remained that of a follower. He moved with the herd, grazed in the fields, and ran in fear whenever danger approached. His majestic manner grew, his muscles developed, but inside, he still felt small. Then, one day, something happened that would change his life forever. As the herd moved across an open clearing, another lion, older, experienced, confident, emerged from the forest. His eyes were sharp, his presence commanding. He was hunting. The herd panicked, just as they always did. And among the terrified sheep, there was one lion, running away. The older lion stopped in confusion. His prey was fleeing, but one of them looked exactly like him, a lion, running away from danger. This made no sense. Abandoning the chase, the older lion sprinted after the young lion instead. He caught up easily, pounced, and blocked his path. "Stop," he commanded. The young lion cowered. "Please don't hurt me," he begged. "Let me go. I'm just a sheep." The older lion stared in disbelief. "What did you just say?" "I'm a sheep," the young lion repeated, shaking. "Please don't eat me." "You're not a sheep," the older lion said firmly. "You're a lion. Just like me." No, he whimpered. "I've always lived with the sheep. I eat what they eat. I walk how they walk. I'm not like you." The older lion saw the fear and confusion in his eyes. He softened his tone. "Come with me," he said. He led the young lion to a still pond nearby. The water was calm, a perfect mirror. The older lion pointed to their reflections. "Look," he said. "Look closely. You are not like them. You were never meant to be like them. You are a lion, born to lead, not to follow. Born to roar, not to bleat." For a long moment, the young lion stared. It was as if he was seeing himself for the first time. He didn't see a sheep. "Now," said the older lion, stepping back, "roar." At first, nothing came. He was hesitant, unsure. But then, deep within him, something ancient stirred. Something primal. He opened his mouth and released a mighty roar that echoed through the forest, shaking the trees and sending birds flying into the sky. It was his first true roar. And in that moment, the sheep's identity he had worn for so long fell away. He was a lion. And he finally knew it. The moral of the story. This tale, though simple, holds a truth many forget in the noise of everyday life. You become what you believe you are. If you surround yourself with those who doubt your strength, who never dream, who never strive, you might start to believe that's all life is meant to be. You'll begin to accept limitations that were never truly yours. But just like the lion among the sheep, Your environment can't change your nature. You were born with potential, with purpose, with power. The world may try to mold you, but the fire inside you remains. It only needs a spark to awaken. So ask yourself, are you living like a lion? Or are you merely surviving like a sheep? Don't follow the crowd if the path they walk isn't yours. Don't hide your roar just to make others comfortable. Stand tall. Look at your reflection. Recognize your strength. And then, roar loud enough for the world to remember who you truly are.